Out of all the movies in Seth Rogen's filmography, An American Pickle may just be the weirdest of the bunch. For starters, Seth Rogen plays a man named Herschel, a Jewish man from 1920, who falls into a vat of pickles at work. And he is preserved for 100 years. And once he emerges, he finds out that he only has one living relative, and that is his great-grandson, who's also played by Seth Rogen. And it's in these early parts of the movie where the movie feels really sincere and creative, and it really earns every bit of emotion that it has there. Seth Rogen, as the great-grandson, mostly tries to explain to his great-grandfather all the people that he's lost in his life, including his own parents. I think Seth Rogen does a really good job with these dual roles here. He shows that he still has a silly side to him when it comes to doing this accent. And he also has a side to him that shows real sincerity and real acting chops, which is stuff that we've seen from him in the past, but this is really low-key. This is a bit of an odd film, like I said. It's odd in another way, because I think that, aside from maybe a few religious jokes, this is a pretty clean movie. It feels strangely family-friendly at times. And just because it's family-friendly doesn't mean that it's devoid of humor, because I can count on one hand the amount of times that I laughed out loud, which is more than I can say about a lot of comedies, especially comedies from this year. It's not all positives for me though, because the second act takes on a bit of a rivalry angle that feels pretty harmless, but it also doesn't feel like anything special. It just feels like, you know, stuff that we've maybe seen in the past, which is unfortunate because you got this really original concept. But luckily, through Seth Rogen's performance, there's still a few pretty big laughs during this segment of the film. It just feels a little bit lost in all the other stuff when it comes to the themes of the film. Luckily, by the third act, the movie really finds its proper footing and ends on a really low-key and emotional note. And it just goes to tell me that this first act and this third act are the strongest elements of the film. But there's nothing in the second act that really annoyed me or got on my nerves. I've seen where a lot of people just completely wrote off the movie because of the second act. I think it's fun, which is fine, but to me this movie could have been more than fun, and it is at times. I'd say 40% of the time it's more than just fun. It feels like something special, and while the movie itself is completely absurd, and the movie does dive into a bit of absurdity at times, it feels pretty emotional and personal to some extent. So in that sense, I think that whenever it gets what it's trying to do right, it really gets it right. I'm going to give An American Pickle a B. Through its rough parts, Seth Rogen manages to keep the movie afloat, and during its stronger parts, he completely shows us that he can be a real actor at times. I think if you have HBO Max, I recommend this for a good, fun watch. It's under 90 minutes long. Honestly, it's about 82 minutes long. With credits, it may be 85, 86 minutes long. So you're in and you're out, and it's a good time just to see Seth Rogen take on these two performances, because there's really not any other big name actors in this movie. It's mostly just Seth Rogen's movie. So if you have HBO Max, I say give it a watch. What did you think about An American Pickle? Did you like it? Were you mixed on it, or did you love it? Let me know in the comments section below. Hit that subscribe button, and thank you for watching.